So we have Lana Mack here, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself. What is your age, school, and what major you are in, and your current class you're taking?
Hi, you guys. I am 34 years old. I'm currently at California Baptist University. My major is communication studies, and one of the current classes I'm taking is gender communication, which is going to be the focus of this video at the moment.
Alrighty. So Lana is going to tell us a little bit about what she has learned and hasn't learned just yet from this class.
So far there's been a few key takeaways I want to put an emphasis on. So in a gender communication class, for one, we learn that gender is a social construct. What I mean by that is the meaning is kind of created and dictated by things around us, such as media, our family and our family values, and also our own religion or the religious beliefs of those around us. So gender isn't just male and female. Gender is different than sex. If you say sex assigned at birth is either male, female, or intersex if a person has both male and female organs. But gender is more of something that's compared to traits and characteristics. So another thing I learned is that gender in a way is fluid when it comes to these traits. Myself, for example, started as a young woman as a tomboy, and I valued climbing trees, running around, knocking on neighbors' doors, riding my bicycle and stuff like that. I really didn't care about Barbie dolls. But as I got a little bit older, especially as becoming a mother and entering the dating scene, my, let's say, gender ideas changed, and I valued more of being feminine. Feminine characteristics can be to be caring, to be intuitive, to putting others' needs ahead of yourself, whereas primarily in the beginning I had more masculine traits where I was highly aggressive, competitive, and very assertive. So those are some things I have learned, and I have also learned that men and women are very different when it comes to the way we think. Women tend to be more like spaghetti and men tend to be more like waffles. Men compartmentalize information. Women can kind of connect it all, and one thing can affect another thing. So for example, if I'm having a bad day and I drop my plate of food that I just made and I'm starving, now that may have ruined the moment because I dropped my food, but also I might start thinking, oh goodness, if that person in that class wasn't rude to me today, I wouldn't have lost my lunch. So there's a way that the brain connects things and assesses meaning that is different than men, whereas men will compartmentalize and be like, oh, I dropped my lunch. Okay, move on. So those are some things I have learned. As far as what I haven't learned, it's kind of a hard topic to address. There's definitely been more a focus on learning than realizing what I haven't learned.
Alrighty. Share with us, how have you grown?
Okay, so learning a lot of this stuff, I've grown in my personal relationships, and I've definitely developed a sense of patience with those around me in the workplace. Realizing that I myself hold others to perhaps stereotypical ideals, especially perhaps my boyfriend. I expect him to be a man and do things a certain way and to follow through, and not realize that maybe he's actually having a hard time maturing and growing up and not sharing these ideas because he already has these pressures on him. So I've definitely learned that men have pressures that they don't vocalize as much as women.
Alrighty. What has changed in your mind?
There's been a few changes that have been made. Changes in my thinking are...
Oh my goodness, that's the...
Changes in my thinking. How have I changed my thinking? Well, like I said, my patience and my compassion is a little bit different in assessing other people. So I also have changed my thinking. I don't rush into judgment and base someone's characteristic traits. I don't assess someone's value based on their current characteristic traits, because it only tells a piece of the story.
All right. What has been disappointing to you?
Some of the things that have been disappointing have been doing some of the research for other countries, and the lack of evolution for women's rights and women representation in other countries has been kind of tragic compared to the United States. That's been very disappointing.
And lastly, what has been enlightening?
Looking at, for example, the fourth wave of the feminist movement around the time of Brett Kavanaugh and the Me Too stuff, it's been enlightening to see that changes can be made if voices are coming together and making an attempt in the very beginning. Because if you don't even start to see where the values are and challenge them, things will stay the same. So it is possible for things to change over time, even if it takes 20 to 50 years. No matter what, we need to learn how to speak up and speak truth and deal with things patiently. Thank you.
Thank you.